It's time to educate, here to communicate. Yes, it's our health at stake. My friends, don't be blinded.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why I choose to eat a mucusless diet. If you guys are veterans to my channel, you would know that I've been doing this and eating this way for a really long time. And yes, I've had ups and downs. I've had ups and downs in the last year. But I'm back stronger than ever and fully rooted in my values and my mindset and my opinions on raw foods. And Lou is exiting the video now. And I always come back to the same point, and that is it just makes sense to eat an abundance of fruits and vegetables, organic, raw. It just makes you feel good. So I have one of my favorite books ever. This is the Detox Miracle Sourcebook by Dr. Robert Morse. So if you are into raw veganism, then I'm sure you have heard of Dr. Robert Morse. He is very, very crucial to this community, and he's big on YouTube, and check out his videos because he is a naturopathic doctor out of, I want to say Fort Myers, Florida, somewhere in Florida. It's one of my dreams actually to go to his clinic and to see him. He's an amazing man, and when I wrote Get the Glow, I sent it to him and he actually put it in a video. I would have to look back and see which video it was in, but he opened it and talked about it and read a few of the recipes, and that was so cool. Yeah, so I have his book and I wanted to kind of go through his book and why you might want it in your raw vegan or healthy book library. Dr. Morse's book, obviously he is a seasoned naturopathic doctor of like 40 plus years. And so he goes more into anatomy and just the details, and I have highlighted and circled and written all through this book. And so this is just especially good for somebody who is just starting out and needs a really good, like it's called Sourcebook, for detox, and also for somebody who is experiencing chronic health conditions and really wants to dive deep on that. Lately, I've been really big on fasting, and in particular intermittent fasting. So it's not going days and days without food, which is extremely beneficial to the body, especially if you're having chronic health conditions. But I really want to highlight in this book and in this video the types of fasting that just include raw foods, because let's face it, guys, most people that may be watching this video, but also just in general in society, are not eating raw foods. But most people don't eat, some people don't even eat fruit. In a full day, they don't eat fruit, or in a full day, they're not eating a salad or vegetables. And of course we know this, we can walk around in society and see that, because what you eat in private shows in public. So we can see that people are not eating fruits and vegetables. So moving and just eating raw foods, even if you're eating a lot of it all throughout the day, which is not abiding by intermittent fasting laws, but it is a fast for most people. So an all raw food fast in here, he says, this of course is not really a fast since you're still eating food, but to most people who eat heavy cooked foods, this is definitely considered a fast. And it's a great place to start. If you're watching my video and you're like, where the heck do I start? Just start with raw foods. Remember, no other animal cooks its food before eating it. Take this fast a day at a time and try to eat all raw food that day. Try this fast for 5, 10, 30, or 60 days in succession, eating only raw foods. The longer the better. This type of fast would include fresh raw fruits, fruit juices, vegetables, and vegetable juices. No protein type foods like nuts or seeds. This is going to be beneficial for cleaning out the gut. And that's something that I've really been working on lately, is cleaning out my gut with the help of enzymes and probiotics, and also fasting. This is a type of fast that's going to be full of water. It's going to be full of fiber. It's going to be full of nutrients, and that's going to help clean the gut out. We want to clean the gut out. That's another thing. When you just go to Walmart or you walk around in society, you see people with these big guts. And that is, when I see that, I see mucus, I see parasites, I see 20 pounds of fecal matter that is still in there. Yes, that's gross, but it is true. Most people are walking around with 15 to 20 pounds of hardened fecal matter that has even been there since childhood. And that's something that I've learned from reading like Arnold Ehret's books and all of these books on mucusless diets and raw foods, is that there is a such thing as mucoid plaque. There is a such thing as this just hardened matter that accumulates in the gut. And that's why, of course, there's fat in your gut as well, but that's a reason why it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger for a lot of people. And so these raw food fasts is going to help clean the gut out. It's also going to help clean and purify the lymphatic system. And that's really, really, really big and very wildly important when you are detoxifying. So I'm getting ready to go to the gym, and that's going to help physically move the lymphatic system because it doesn't have a pump like the heart, like the cardiovascular system that keeps it pumping all day long without us even thinking about it. The lymphatic system has no pump. That is what movement's for. That's like why, back hundreds of years ago when we rode on horses, for example, that bumping movement of riding on the horses that moved our lymphatic system. Of course, a long time ago we were outside working and moving, and now we live in boxes, we eat out of boxes, we're stuck, we drive in a box, and we're just constantly sitting and not moving. We've got to move our lymphatic system. We have to detoxify with raw foods, which help clean the lymphatic system because they are clean foods. There's nothing in them that's going to clog the body, and it's just really, really important. So I really recommend this book. Let me just pull one more little tidbit of important information for those of you that don't have this book. I want to touch briefly on a healing crisis. So if you are new to raw foods, if you're new to detox, you're going to experience some detoxification symptoms, but remember, symptoms are healing, and that's why they call it a healing crisis. Some people who have had prescription drugs, recreational drugs, a really, really bad diet for a long time, alcohol, heavy metals, environmental toxins, the list goes on and on. For those people that have had more of that, your healing crisis might be more severe than someone who has lived a fairly moderate life, maybe lived out in Hawaii on the beach in a good environment. But either way, healing symptoms are likely to occur. The most, popular ones are cold and flu-like symptoms. For me, when I first started this back in college, I remember there was one summer after I started raw foods where I literally just woke up in the morning and blew my nose like a whole Kleenex box full. I just had mucus coming out, and mucus is lymph. So that was my lymphatic system cleansing, thank God. And there's still periods of times where I'll wake up and I will just have a little bit of that cleansing come out, and in the form of mucus through my nose, and that's a good thing. So cold and flu-like symptoms, mucus can really come out of any hole in your body. So it can come out of your ears, your eyes, use your imagination where else it can come out. The behind, it definitely comes out. And so we want that, we want to welcome that. Fevers, low-grade fevers. There's been many days where I've had a detox with a fever the next day. How you really know it's detox is that the next day, for me at least, I felt so much better. I was like, wow, that was detox. It wasn't a cold, it wasn't flu for real. It was just the body cleansing. Minor aches and pains, like I said, mucus in stools, mucus in urine, loss of energy. Sometimes you might have more energy. It just really depends on what the body is going through. Weight loss, chills. You can have emotional detox as well, so you can feel like you've had old emotional things come out. Then there's more moderate and severe cleansing. You can have pain and old injuries, disease symptoms magnifying, which is going to be short-lived. dizziness, vertigo, minor heart palpitations, and it just goes on and on. But we want to welcome these symptoms because it is healing. A lot of times when people have symptoms, they think, oh my God, what's going on? I need to stop this. I need to go to the doctor. I need to figure this out. But really, we need to welcome that, because as long as we're eating raw foods, we're taking herbs, we're taking beneficial supplements, eating, drinking a lot of spring water, we're moving our body, we're resting, we're having healthy relationships and things like that. If we're doing those things, then we just have to go through the motions, and detoxification is very powerful, and everyone needs to do it at this point in time. So I would highly suggest this book. I would highly suggest eating a raw food, 100% living food diet, and living your life to the best potential. If you've never tried it, try it for 30 days. See how you feel. See the difference when you've been eating raw and then when you eat cooked foods, and you'll feel that heaviness, you'll feel that brick in your stomach, at least for me, and I can only speak from my experience. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Comment down below. Tell me what type of videos you want to see. Tell me what type of content that you would like to see from me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.